nila. Ipasalvage ka nila. Okay, let's start our next episode. Yan, wala akong nababasa ha. Check ko yung sa ano. Okay, good evening. Good evening, Jorley. No. Sense objects. Okay, can you please analyze this very well? I'll give you 15 seconds to analyze and type in your best choice. That's right. So, the patient had right femoral angiogram. Femur. Ano ba yon? Femur. Sa thighs yun. Femoral angiogram. Para saan ba yung angiogram? Yung angiogram, di ba, meron tayong catheter na ini-insert dun sa dito for angiogram. Okay? Sa blood vessel. Tapos, para ma-assess natin kapag may mga clot, mga ganun, para ma-assess natin if there is blockage. So, pagka-insert ng catheter, nag-i-inject din tayo doon ng dye, nag-i-inject sila ng dye. Tapos, pag in-x-ray, makikita mo doon na yung part na hindi nadaanan ng dye, ibig sabihin, there is blockage. Ganun, there is blockage. Now, so after the femoral angiogram, you were unable to palpate the right pedal pulse. Hindi mo na palpate. So what should you do next? Hindi mo na palpate. This is also a common NCLEX question, but of course, I'd like to guarantee that when you will take your NCLEX, this is the same question, but the choices is expected to be modified. Kaya sasabihin ko dito kung ano yung choices doon sa actual NCLEX. You cannot apply a heating pad into that area kasi contraindicated yan. Call the healthcare provider. Tatawag ka lang ng healthcare provider after doing thorough assessment that you need to do to further assess the distal pulse. Pag wala talaga, you check, you call the healthcare provider. Pero that's not what you need to do next muna. Document 0 for the right pedal pulse strength. Kung talagang wala talaga 0, pero you need to do something first. You need to do something first. Obtain a Doppler ultrasound. Yes, you can do that. Kunwari, doon sa actual NCLEX, walang obtain a Doppler ultrasound. Ito yung mga choices. Ano pa yung mga possible choice doon sa NCLEX? Sige, pag nagre-review kayo, ito yung possible answer sa actual NCLEX. Wala to. But there is another option there na not A, not B, and not C. Before you do letter D, gagawin mo na to. Ano yung tamang sagot doon? May previous NCLEX question na ganito. Position the patient into prone position. Kasi if you position the patient into prone position, it will increase circulation at the back, okay, of the lower extremities. Then palpate. Pag may na-palpate ka, then you record the distal pulse. Now, after positioning the patient into prone position and still you were not able to assess distal pulse, then you may use or obtain a Doppler ultrasound. Adequate yan. And after obtaining ultrasound at wala talaga, then you call the healthcare provider. You may document that. 0. Okay? So, yun lang. Oh, wala akong nakikitang mga sagot nyo. Check ko dito. Yes! Ayan. Huy, bakit ba ibang pinag-uusapan doon sa common section? Nagle-lecture na nga ako. Okay, so yun lang ha, mga anak. So, the correct answer here is obtain. Pag walang distal pulse, hindi lang, this is not only about femoral angiogram. May instances na yung cardiac catheterization, di ba? Through through inguinal, femoral din, femoral insertion site, inguinal insertion site din yon. Same. You need to check for the distal pulses kasi yung pag-insert natin ng catheter sa blood vessel, sa extremity, pwede bang ma-occlude ang circulation because of that catheter? Yes. Kaya, kapag may catheter insertion, whether the purpose of catheter insertion is for angiogram to visualize the blood vessels of the lower extremity, or whether the purpose of your the catheter insertion is for cardiac catheterization, mga ganon, the priority there is to check for possible impairment or occlusion of circulation into the lower extremity. Therefore, what do you call the assessment that you need to do after such procedure? Anong tawag sa assessment? Your neurovascular assessments. Ano yung mga neurovascular assessment? Check the pulse, check the temperature on that area. Distal area, dapat warm. That's the normal. Pag cool, mga ganun, clammy, pale. So those are signs of impaired circulation that you have to report immediately. Are you listening? Yan. Anyway, for this question, the correct answer there is letter D. Okay. Ayan. Wait, let's look at the other choices. So, yung letter A, contraindication to. Yung B and C, sabi ko kanina, you will do this after letter D. If there's no obtained Doppler, anong po pwede mong gawin? You can position the patient into a prone position to increase circulation at the back and to increase probability of assessing the distal pulse. If still after the prone position and you were not able to assess a distal pulse, that's the time that you obtain a Doppler for ultrasound. And this is accurate. And still, if you were not able to obtain a distal pulse after using this Doppler ultrasound, then you have to report to the healthcare provider na. Okay, so yun lang. Yun yung laging lumalabas sa NCLEX. Please lang, ha? Ano pa? Kapag mga femoral catheter, inguinal catheter insertion, are you prone to bleeding? Yes. So always observe, monitor the insertion site for hemorrhage. So that's the first few hours after the catheter insertion. Hemorrhage, delikado. Okay? Next na tayo, number 16. So, I'll give you 15 seconds to analyze the question, anak. O, 15 seconds yan. First, anak, thank you Lord, praise God. Kasi, first pa lang, this is a priority question. It's a guarantee that you will get the correct answer. It's bonus. Okay? Kahit pa gaano kahirap yan, if that is a priority question, which of the following situation, if you are not going to attend to its needs first, the patient might die. Nasaan dyan? Kapag hindi mo inattendan kaagad, mamamatay siya. Priority question yun eh. So, tingnan natin. 9 weeks siya. Gestation. So, mga 2 months and 1 week. Intractable nausea, vomiting for the past 6 hours. So, yung mga nasa, second month na to, going to third month, nakamamatay ba yan? Or sabihin na natin meron siyang hyperemesis gravidarum. Priority question yun. Yung tipong, pag hindi mo pag hindi mo inattendan ngayon, mamamatay siya. So, mamamatay na ba siya? Hindi pa yan mamamatay ngayon. Siguro baka bukas pa yan mamamatay kapag hyperemesis gravidarum due to excessive fluid loss. Mga ganon. Di ba? Hindi siya ganun utak, ayoko. Gusto kong magtagal dito kasi you have to learn how to use your common sense kasi how to answer the priority question by using simple common sense, simple test taking. Nasaan dyan yung mas pinaka nakamamatay that if you are not going to attend to the needs of the patient from the following 4 choices, mamamatay siya. Okay? Sige, nainis ako kasi hindi ko nababasa yung mga comment nyo talaga. So I have to use another phone para lang mabasa ko. Okay. So, yun lang. So, ayoko muna ng A. So, clear yung A, anak, di ba? Yung iba kasi kahit may tamang sagot, hindi ako sure kung tama yung sagot nila or ni-research nila. Okay. Alam ko, minsan kasi ina-attack nila matatalino sila. They attack the question based on knowledge talaga. But, sa atin kasi, paano pag wala kang knowledge, hindi tayo matalino. So, basic talaga, basta kapag priority, nasan sa 4 na choices na yan, yung pag hindi mo nagawa, mamamatay siya. Okay? Yun palang anak, thank God. Nako, 37 weeks siya. 37 weeks siya. Gestation. Twins. Reports, irregular contractions. Ano yun? Ano yung irregular contractions na yun? Manganganak na ba siya? The contractions are irregular. Ibig sabihin hindi siya manganganak. And these contractions, definitely, that's normal. They are called Braxton Hicks contractions. 37 weeks, ibig sabihin, may pain na yan. The Braxton Hicks contractions becomes uncomfortable when your labor is near. So, the presence of irregular contractions means that your labor is near. It is expected. So, are you going to attend to the needs of this client first? No, hindi po siya mamamatay. The question is a priority question. It's a bonus question, anak. Is that clear? So, utak mo, utak! So, from your last menstrual period, 7 weeks ago. And, ibig sabihin hindi pa sa nagme-mens. And reports severe pelvic pain. At naku, if you have amenorrhea, kasi possible pregnancy yung amenorrhea hindi ka nagbuntis hindi ka regla amenorrhea ka. Severe pelvic pain, take note of that. If not severe pelvic pain, the patient may manifest severe abdominal pain. What do you suspect? Ectopic pregnancy. Is ectopic pregnancy dangerous? If you suspect ectopic pregnancy, this patient is in pain, severe pain, is that dangerous? If you are not going to attend to the needs of this patient first, pwede ba siyang mamatay? What is the danger? If that is ectopic pregnancy, is this fatal? Yes! Pwedeng mag-rupture ang fallopian tube. Hemorrhage. fatal. You see, this is bonus question. So, nasaan dito yung pag hindi mo ginawa, anak, mamamatay ang pasyente. It's basic. It's common sense. This is how your NCLEX works. Diba? It's common sense. The application of common sense, test taking. Hi! And simple basic knowledge talaga. Pwede to. The primigravida, first pregnancy. Okay? At 19 weeks gestation, who has not yet felt fetal movement. Anak, if you are primigravida, di ba, if you were able to attend my lecture in OB, sabi ko, if it's your first pregnancy, the first fetal movement is felt by the mother within 18 weeks up to 20 weeks. So, pwedeng hindi mo niya maramdaman ng 18, 19, basta 18 to 20 weeks. It's okay, 19 weeks hanggang 20 weeks yan. Is that clear? And after 20 weeks, hindi pa niya naramdaman, kailangan i-ultrasound yan, baka mamaya, fetal death. Okay? So, normal, well, there's nothing wrong there. But if the mother is multi-gravida, ibig sabihin, had 2 or more pregnancies, we should expect that the mother should feel the first fetal movement as early as 16 weeks up to 18 weeks if the mother is multi-gravida. But if the mother is primigravida, first time to get pregnant, expect that the mother would feel the first fetal movement within 18 to 20 weeks. This is not fatal. So, which of the following 4, if you are not going to attend first, mamamatay ang pasyente, simple common sense, bonus. Is that clear? Nobody should fail in NCLEX. That's the correct answer. C. Pag pinabayaan mo yan, nag-rupture ang fallopian tube, hemorrhage, it's definitely fatal. So, Charlie is the correct answer. 70. You are given 20 seconds to analyze the question for question number 17. I have to check your comments. Kasi puro C lang ang comment nyo, puro C. Ha? Sabi ni Cristel Paula, di po ba ang sagot? Iba-vitamins kita, Cristel, anak. Iba-vitamins kita. So, analyze question number 17 very well. Thank you, Lord. Again, should the nurse see first? It's a priority question. You have to thank the Lord. Praise the Lord. This is a bonus question. They want you to pass the NCLEX. Do not miss the chance, the opportunity to get the correct answer. It's simple common sense. Try your best to get the correct answer without cheating. Yes. Yeah. Busy ako. Sobrang busy ako. Minsan wala na rin akong time na shave. Tsaka yung mga pre-board preparations nyo kasi, hindi siya basta-basta. Kasi syempre, INAP students yan, talagang hinihimay natin yan, hindi siniselect natin yan. Can you just imagine, ang daming mga questions na ibibigay sa'yo ng Pearson VUE portal. Kailangan mong pag-isipan na mabuti. Nasaan dyan sa lahat ng mga questions na yan, sa 2,000, 3,000 na laman ng Pearson VUE, nasaan dyan yung pinaka top 10% questions na nalalabas pag mag-take ang INAP student, mga ganun. So, alam mo yun, kailangan mo talaga, alam mo yung isip, kailangan mong i-study lahat ng mga tanong, i-study mo lahat ng mga tanong, yung lumabas kahapon, yung lumabas nung June, yung lumabas nung January, pag compare-comparein mo. Kaya napapansin ninyo, we have questions na we already gave that into your pre-board 1, pre-board 2, pre-board 3. Nandito na naman kasi mataas ang probability kasi na ang gusto ng Pearson VUE computer, ilalabas niya ulit yan pag mag-exam ka bukas. Ganun. So, kailangan natin pag-aralan, anak. So, sige, first yan. Try your best. Okay, tignan natin ha, hindi na naman nag-isip. Yung iba naman, proud na proud ako sa mga INAP students na kuha kaagad yung sagot using knowledge. Okay lang yun, pero alam mo yun, marami kasi ang INAP students na walang knowledge. Kaya ang priority ko na lang talaga yung common sense na test taking talaga. So first, mga anak, 4 choices yan. Yan, kapag hindi talaga kaya, relax lang. Okay? Relax lang. The client 2 days post-hip replacement siya. Okay, hip replacement. 2 days na yon. Di ba may test taking tayo na kapag mga surgery, ang priority yan, whatever is that type of surgery, kapag mga 12 hours below, yun ang mga priority. Di ba? Yun ang mga priority, 12 hours and below. Kahit pa anong surgery yan. Kapag ang pasyente ay nasa 12 hours or below, after surgery, mga first, yung mga yun, sila yung mga first. Mga top priority yun. Kasi unstable yung mga yun eh. So, to any patients 12 hours and below after surgery, yun mga ito 2 days naman eh. Tingnan natin. Intense itching, sobrang pangangati at the incision site. Di ba yung pag mga major surgery na ano na natin, lagi yung tatandaan, and this is also favorite of your NCLEX. Post-surgery talaga, ideally, we use narcotics. Narcotics, mga Demerol, Novain, mga ganun, di ba? Morphine, especially morphine, my God. So, narcotics, the most common expected side effect of narcotics is what? Itching. Itchiness. Itching. That's the most common side effect. So, it should be expected. Especially at the incision site. It should be expected. It should be expected. Is that clear? So, is that the first? Mamamatay ba siya if you are not going to attend to this one? Mamamatay ba siya? Definitely no. Di ba? Tsaka anak, isa pa, kunwari wala kang idea. Sir, hindi ko naman alam na narcotic can cause itchiness. O sabihin na natin kasi bobo tayo. 2 days post-op. Reporting intense. Yan. Nurse! Sobrang kate! Hala! Mamamatay na siya! Bobo! Gamitin yung utak. Is that clear? Nurse! Sobrang kate! Hala, mamamatay ka na. Ikaw yung priority ko. Hello! First! Nakamamatay! Okay, so, nakuan So, number 2 na tayo. We have to analyze question number 2. Common sense, diba? Ay, naku, pag ako dyan, masasampal kita, anak. Okay. Next. Letter B tayo. Nagre-receive siya ng normal saline IV. 250 ml per hour. Oh my God! Sa isang oras, 250 ml per hour. Naku, medyo may risk ba yun? Medyo meron. Siyempre, tingnan natin. Nagre-report na siya ng puffy legs. Oh my God! First and new. Di ba sabi ko whether new edema, new cough, pag first, highest priority, the word new symptom, new onset, di ba? Those are priority answers. That's test taking. Is that clear? It's absolute. Pag mga new symptoms, sabi ko, anak, basta, if the question is a priority, pag may mga new symptoms, that's the best answer ka agad. Okay? Naku, kahit nakapikit ka, kuha mo ang sagot. Kahit walang naman ang utak mo. Di ba? So, alam mo na, pero siyempre, we still have to discuss other choices. Okay? Kasi, mamaya na natin discuss yan. Mamaya natin discuss yung knowledge. Okay? Angry. Due to a 2-hour delay in Ano ba yan? Nurse! 2 oras na ako delayed! 2 oras na ako dito delayed! Ay, sige! Mauna na kita kasi mamamatay ka na! Bubo! Mamamatay mo siya? If your classmate answered letter C, Diyos ko, hindi siya dapat naging tao. Wala din siyang karapatang maging aso. Dapat naging uod siya. Isa siyang caterpillar dapat. Okay? No. Angry due to a 2-hour Hello? Are you okay? Next. Anak naman, this is so basic. A client with a potassium level of 5.0. Okay, the normal potassium level is 3.5 to 5.5. Okay. And nag-receive siya ng normal saline solution with 20 mx. 20 mx or 20, yan, potassium chloride. So, meron siyang IV fluid na naka-incorporate yung KCl na 20 mx. Tapos, ang kanyang potassium level, 5.5. Kahit pa 5.5, yung mamamatay na ba siya ngayon? Mga ganun, di ba? Nasaan dyan yung kapag, sabihin na natin wala kang knowledge, kahit hindi mo pa alam yung normal value niyan, napaka-obvious niyan yung tamang sagot. Yung word pa na new. Is that clear? Yan. Anak, tsaka isa pa, airway ito, airway. Cough, new cough, airway. Pulmonary congestion. Hypervolemia. So if you don't have those basic knowledge, you see, test taking is very clear in leading you to get the correct answer. You see, new. So, if you were able to print our material, you have to encircle that 10 times to ensure na dumikit yan sa utak mo. Okay? Ay. 18 tayo. Pag may nagkamali talaga, kaya nga pag ganyan, ayoko talaga ng face-to-face talaga kasi may stroke ako. Lalo na kapag nasarapan ka tapos alam ko wrong yung sagot mo, oh my God, I don't know how to react. Okay? Hmm, 15 seconds, anak. Analyze that very well para hindi ko kayo mapapagalitan. So we are looking for wrong. Cyclosporin. Need for further teaching. Nasaan dyan yung mali? Nasaan dyan yung mali? What is cyclosporin? Ano to eh? This is a immunosuppressant. Usually immunosuppressant like parang corticosteroid, immunosuppressant. Lalo na kapag may mga inflammation, mga arthritis, ganyan. Usually, ito yung ginagamit nila kapag nag-undergo yung pasyente ng organ transplant. Okay? Kasi, you need to promote immunosuppression in order to prevent organ rejection. So, kailangan mong i-suppress yung immune system ng pasyente para hindi niya i-attack yung bagong organ. Okay, so, steroids, di ba yung mga steroids, immunosuppressants? I'm going to concert with my friends this weekend. Pag nag-take ka ng mga ganito ng mga steroids, you are prone to infection. So, you are exposed to infections here. I can use hair removal cream for excess hair growth. Yes. Kasi ang mga steroids nakakapag-cause ng hirsutism. Di ba? Sa endocrine, di ba yung mga di ba pag nagtitake ka ng steroids, ang effect niya is what? Addison's? Mga ganun, di ba? Addison symptoms. Ganun yung effect ng steroids. Mga hirsutism, buffalo hump, truncal obesity. Naalala niyo yung mga lean extremities, mga ganun. Moon face. Excessive hair is expected sa mga steroids. And steroids, naku, pwedeng mag-shoot up ang blood pressure mo, nakakapag-shoot up ng blood pressure ang lahat ng steroids. Kaya, if whatever is that steroid, di ba Addison's ang effect ng steroid, mataas ang BP, tataas ang BP. So, whatever is that steroid, not necessarily cyclosporin, basta kahit na steroids, yan nakakapagtaas din ng blood pressure. Yan. So, always closely monitor the blood pressure. I will stop drinking grapefruit juice every morning. This is favorite NCLEX, anak. Yeah. cyclosporine, mga steroids. Kasi, yan, stop drinking grapefruit. Kasi yung grapefruit, pag nag-take ka ng gamot na cyclosporine, parang nai-intensify ba? Parang nai-intensify yung gamot. Okay? Parang it increases the effectiveness of the drug if you take the grapefruit. Okay? Parang ano siya parang tinataasan niya yung impact ng cyclosporine. So for this question, I just hope meron na. Ay, Cushing syndrome pala. Sorry. Wait. I stand corrected. Buti na lang chinek ko. Okay? I have to correct myself, ha? Buti na lang chinek ko. Very good. Maraming mga magagaling ng estudyante. Kapag nasobrahan mo nagtitake ng steroid, tapos bigla mong in-stop yung steroid, Addison's yun. Is that clear? Kapag lagi kang nagtitake ng steroids, ang effect nun ay Cushing's. Is that clear? Sandali lang. Hindi mo na ako magpo-proceed kasi nagka-error ako and yung error na yun baka bumagsak kayo. Ulitin ko ulit. Kapag lagi kang nagtitake ng steroids, tapos bigla mong in-stop yung steroids, ang effect nun ay Addison's. Ang Addison's ay pababa. Is that clear? Ano yung mga Addison's? Bababa yung blood pressure mo. Mga ganon. Is that clear? Tapos magiging weak ka. Ganyan. Okay? Kapag naman continuous ang pagtitake mo ng steroids, ang effect nun ay Cushing's. Ang Cushing's ay mga matataas. Is that clear? Mataas ang blood pressure, mga ganon. Mataas ang energy, mataas ang appetite, mga ganon. Hyperactive, ganon. And, ang symptoms ng Cushing's, mga ganon. Sabi ko, nagkamali ako kanina. So, sa kanila yung mga buffalo hump, truncal obesity, ganon. Very good. Buti na lang na-check ko. Buti na lang gumana. Hi, thank God. Tignan nyo, buti na lang gumana yung comments. Kanina kasi walang comment. Buti nabasa ko yung comment na correct ko kaagad yung sarili ko. Okay, buti na lang may mga nag-comment. Sino yung unang nag-comment? Gusto ko makita kung sino yung unang nakanotice. Si Heidi Khalil Paningbatan. Uy, magaling tong si Heidi, ha? Okay, very good, anak. Tapos si Nareg Macaupa. Very good. I'm so impressed. Okay? So, yun. Very good, Myra Puli, anak. Pag mga Cushing's, pataas yung mga yan. Pag mga Addison's, usually mga pababa. So, gusto ko magtagal kasi major error tayo. Sobrang major error. Oh my God, sobrang major error yun. I stand corrected. Hindi po pwede. Ayoko magmagaling kasi babagsak kayo pag magkamali tayo. Okay na tayo? Okay, proceed na tayo mga anak. So, ano yung tamang sagot natin dito? Kanina. So, we are looking for wrong. The wrong is letter A kasi nga, immunosuppressant ang mga steroids. Okay na tayo. Number 19. May kasalanan ako sa question number 19. Ipopost ko na lang mamaya. Hindi ko siya po pwedeng i-post now. Kulang yung details ng question number 19 kaya pero sobrang matalino yung question 19 pag nakuha mo yung tamang sagot even if the details are incomplete. May possibility that you can get the correct answer. 76. May heart failure siya. Tapos may sudden weight gain siya. Oh, insert ka sudden weight gain, no? Tapos may orthopnea siya. Oh, heart failure. 'Di ba? Ang most common complication ng heart failure is what? 'Di ba? Pulmonary edema, nagba-backflow yung blood from the left ventricle to the left atrium to the lungs. Nagba-backflow. So, yung tapos, pulmonary edema, nagkukos ng edema because of the bad blood flow. Yan. So, nasaan yan yung most beneficial? Ibig sabihin, yung choices dito are all correct. Pero nasaan dyan yung most beneficial? So, anak, yung sagot mo dito ay correct. Pero, from all the choices, it's asking for the most beneficial. Okay? May kasalanan ako kasi may click exhibit button. Mamaya ipopost ko siya doon sa comment section ng rationalizations na to. Ipopost ko. Kasi merong sound. Tapos yung sound na yon very obvious yung crackles. Sinabi ko na, may crackles na sound. Yung obvious yung crackles na sound. So yun, click mo yung button, the sound is crackles. So kung may sound na crackles, yan. So what is the most beneficial for the nurse to ask? Sinabi ko na, crackles. So you are given additional 5 seconds. It's okay. I will give you chance to change your answer. Sinabi ko lang crackles yung narinig. Pero it will not. Still, you have to decide. So if you were able to hear crackles, which of the following is the most appropriate question? Anak, hindi rin pwedeng bonus question tingnan nyo. May magic dito. Sige, hindi. I will not consider bonus question. Why? Question Question. So is that a therapeutic communication? Yes. How do you ask questions? Questions that could elicit an answer and something that is not answerable by yes or no. So even if you don't have idea with the question, the test taking will lead you in getting the correct answer kasi it's asking for a question. A therapeutic question is something that is not just simply answerable by yes or no. Like, are you continuing to exercise regularly? Yes. No. No. Yes. Do you check your heart rate before taking your medication? Yes. No. No. Yes. Are those questions appropriate? No. When are you taking each of your medication? When? Is that answerable by yes or no? This statement is not answerable yes or no. So this is a possible answer. Next. When was your most recent visit to the primary care clinic? Let's say. So A and B are non-therapeutic. C and D are possible therapeutic. But if that is a therapeutic communication, you have to pick the choice that is related, relevant to the situation. Relevant to the situation. Heart failure, sudden weight gain, orthopnea, the patient is taking digoxin, furosemide. Diba? It's for furosemide. So this should prevent pulmonary edema. It should prevent edema. Okay? So nandyan yung So, which of the following choice is relevant to the issue of the question? Bakit siya may Why is the patient having sudden weight gain? Orthopnea. Hay nako. Kasi sabi bonus, ayoko, magagalit ako. So what's the correct answer, anak? What's the correct answer? Parang, letter D may be relevant, but the most relevant to the issue is C, because it talks about the medication. But when was your most recent visit to primary hospital? The exhibit button is giving you the daily medication. So that's the clue that the statement should be relevant to the medication. The exhibit button is the medication presentation. Tapos ang tanong mo, when was your most recent visit to the primary? Recent visit, medication, recent visit, it's not relevant. So, sorry, answer na. Charlie, yung test taking nyo, kaya nyo yan. Minsan kahit gaano tayo katalino, even if we are so knowledgeable, if you don't know how to use the test taking, how to pick the best choice that is relevant to the situation, it's useless. Okay, mga anak, careful. It's okay. Alam ko naman marami nakaka-perfect Yan. Next question 20. If you were able to... I know this is impossible, but I hope it's possible. I hope there were students who were able to perfect questions number 1 to 20. They can now take the NCLEX anytime tomorrow. I know it's impossible, but I hope there are students who were able to get a perfect score 1 to 20. Okay, 20 seconds. Ayan. Bakit dun sa ano natin, ang daming mga chismosa, tapos yung mga pinagjijismisan nila irrelevant na naman, umayos kayo. O, select all that applies, anak. Okay, so I have to check kung ano yung ilang points ito. Yung question na to. Guys, 10 seconds please. CR lang ako. I need to know kung ilang points ito, yung actual scoring nito sa person view. Para like accurate tayo. Okay. Okay, mga anak. So this is very clear. When you will take the NCLEX, kaya ako na-delay kasi I have to check yung score nito. There are how many correct answers here? 3. Ganito dun sa NCLEX. So, sa 3 correct answers here, pag nakuha mo yung 3, ibig sabihin, you have 3 points for this question. 3 points ka agad yun. So, pag dalawa lang ang nakuha mo, that is also 2 points. Okay? 2 points yun. 2 points siya. 2 points. Right minus wrong ito. Right minus wrong ito. Ha? So, right minus wrong ito. So, kunwari, na-discuss ko naman na yung right minus wrong, di ba? 3. Sa 3 sagot mo, 2 yung correct, yung isa wrong. So, 2 correct, minus 1, so 1 point ka. Ganon. Okay? So, 4 yung sinagot mo, tapos yung pang 4, siyempre wrong. 4 minus 3. Okay? Ay, 1 wrong minus 3. So, 2. Ganon. So, this is right minus wrong. So, kaya natagalan ako. I have to verify the point system here. So, this is not equivalent to 1 point. So, kunwari, this question is number 19. This question number 19 is just 1 point. But this is big deal kasi this is 3 points. 3 points to. Okay? So, iba yung scoring. Sinasabi ko sa inyo, iba yung scoring. So, kaya natagalan ako, I want to let you know kung ilang points yan. Kaya nga, hindi siya basta-basta. Ilang points yun, yung kasama yung NGN pa natin, ang dami. Okay? So, with that, let's answer. What is the correct answer? Long leg cast, tibial fracture, unlicensed assistive personnel. Kayang-kaya nyo na to, madali lang naman. Tingnan natin. Alert the nurse of client reports of a tingling sensation. This is correct. Okay, this is correct. Magtagal muna tayo, anak. Okay, look at me. Ganito yan. Sir, di po ba pag mga tingling sensation, neurovascular assessment yon? And sir, I have a question. Di ba sir, pag mga neurovascular assessment, ang gumagawa po nun RN? Yes. Okay. So, sir, sabi niya tingling sensation, yan, nireport niya sa nurse na may tingling sensation. Ganito lang kasimple yon. Okay, ganito lang kasimple yon. Kunwari nakakast, tapos yung distal niya blue. Hindi niya responsibility ng UAP to assess kung may blue discoloration. Is that clear? Pero kung napansin niya na blue, kunwari no, may nakalagay doon, report. Kapag may abnormality na na-observe yung UAP, kahit hindi niya role yon, pero ni-report niya, will you consider that? Yes, i-verify mo lang. Correct yun. Did you understand? Kunwari may edema, na-notice niya may edema sa lower extremity. Sir, sino ang mag-assess na may edema? RN. May choice doon. The UAP reports presence of edema to the nurse. Is that correct? That is correct kasi nire-report niya na may edema. But if the statement is like this, the UAP assesses presence of edema of the lower extremity. Paano kapag may nakalagay? The UAP assesses presence of edema of the lower extremity. Mali na yun kasi hindi niya trabaho yun. Is that clear? Na mag-assess. Pero kunwari, ang sinabi ng statement, napansin ng UAP na may edema, ni-report niya. The UAP reports presence of edema sa nurse, ni-report niya sa nurse. Iko-correct mo ba yun? Yes. Ngayon, bilang nurse, hindi ka maniniwala kaagad. Ni-report niya UAP yung nag-report, hindi niya trabaho yun. What will you do? May tanong din ulit na question na ganon. Ang gagawin mo, you do not immediately confirm na may edema nga siya. You go there and verify kung merong edema talaga. Nagigets niyo ba yung point ko? Yung neurovascular assessment, role yun ng nurse. Pero kapag may neurovascular assessment na abnormal, ni-report ng UAP sa'yo, correct yun. Pero kung may assessment na the UAP assesses presence of tingling sensation, mali yun. The UAP assesses color, skin color, distal to the cast, ganon. Assesses, mali yun. Is that clear? Naintindihan nyo ba? I-check ko yung Kapag in-assess niya, mali yun kasi hindi niya trabaho mag-assess. Pero anak, kapag hindi niya trabaho, pero sinabi ng statement na, kunwari, ganito lang yung kasimple, nurse ako, may UAP. Nurse! Sabi ng UAP, Nurse! Yung pasyente, may blue discoloration sa lips. Diba, assessment? Hayaan mo lang, hindi mo naman trabaho ang mag-assess. Ba't mo nire-report sa akin na blue ang lips niya? In-assess mo? Ba't mo in-assess? Hindi mo trabaho mag-assess, ha? Gaganunin mo ba, bubo? Magpasalamat ka nga, alam niya yung blue. Ang role natin, hindi ka maniniwala kaagad kasi UAP nga lang siya. Hindi ka maniniwala kaagad. That's the truth. So, pero may possibility na correct siya. Ang gagawin mo, you go there and confirm. Ganun yung ibig kong sabihin dun sa delegation. Sana naiintindihan nyo kasi ang dami kasing nagkakamali doon eh. Teka lang, may nagtatanong lahat yata. Yeah, pag na-over minus wrong kayo, di 0 din. 0/3, ganun. Mga anak, naintindihan nyo, ayoko mag-proceed kasi delegation ito eh. Yung pag-a-assess talaga, role yun ng nurse. Pero kapag may abnormality at nireport ng UAP, kahit hindi niya responsibilidad yun, basta kapag abnormal yung nireport niya, keber na hindi niya trabaho yun, pero nag-report siya ng abnormal, hindi mo siya papaniwalaan, but you have the responsibility to verify. So, correct yung i-report niya. I-report naman niya, hindi niya in-assess, nag-report lang siya, hindi niya trabaho mag-assess. Is that clear? Sana naiintindihan nyo. Ina-alert, nagre-report. Basta kapag may na-observe siya na abnormality tapos hindi niya trabaho, tanggapin mo. Hindi yung, yan. Sabi sa'yo, yung UAP, nurse! Sabi ng UAP, Yung Glasgow Coma Scale ng pasyente 3. Sabi niya ganun. Tumigil ka nga. Kailan mo pa nalaman ang Glasgow Coma Scale? Huwag mong gaganunin. Hindi mo papaniwalaan yun syempre. Kumbaga may doubt, kayo go and assess. Ganyan. But anyway, para mas lalong maano nyo, sabi ko, you check your admins, meron tayong 2 page na choices. Pag mag-take kayo ng NCLEX, nasa 2 page na yun, yung mga choices about delegation, yung mga mahihirap nilagay ko na doon. Okay? So, nakalagay doon, uy, pwede pala mag-ano yung mga embolic stockings, mga ganon. Ha? Nandun lahat. Anyway, let's start na. Nag-alert lang naman eh. The client reports tingling said, hindi niya responsibilidad mag-assess. Pero the fact naman na in-alert niya yung nurse, anak, magpasalamat ka naman dahil sa kanya. Brainy ang ano mo. Responsible ang UAP mo. Hindi katulad yung ibang UAP, bobo na, tanga pa. Hindi lang yung iba, yung ibang UAP, bobo na, tanga pa, tamad pa. Puta. Okay? Wow, assist the client in performing range of motion. Anak naman, range of motion exercises lang naman. Okay to. Pero depende naman na, baka naman mamaya, assist a client in performing range of motion exercises on the right hand with subclavian catheter. Punyeta, depende naman sa situation na common sense naman. Common sense. You need to read the wordings very well. But this for this choice, correct yan. Check the pulse distal to the cusp. It's basic, but that is not the responsibility. You know, assessment is not the responsibility of the UAP. Pero pag sinabi niya, alerts the nurse that there's no distal pulse. Is that correct? Yes! Punita! Alerts the nurse that there's no distal pulse. Yes, hindi yung, nurse, walang distal pulse ang pasyente. Tumigil ka, UAP ka lang. Huwag mong gaganon, sasampalin kita sa katangahan mo. Okay? Hi! Next na tayo. Pwede bang i-elevate niya yung cast limb above the heart level? Actually, yes. Ang pinaka-best answer dito is dapat with a pillow, di ba? On a pillow para mas best yun. Ganon. Above the heart level. Okay? Yan. Next, para ma-prevent yung edema formation, and promote circulation. So, A, B, and D, tatlo na. Monitor the skin integrity around the cast is strong. It is not the responsibility to check, to monitor, to observe. That's not the responsibility. But if the situation is like this, the UAP alerts the RN that the skin of the patient distal to the cast is bluish in color. Is that correct? Yes! Magpasalamat ka, in-alert ka, tanga. Okay? Ganon. Okay na tayo. So, ABD ang tamang sagot. May naka-perfect ba dito, anak? 3 points ito. I'm sorry, this is 3 points. Lahat ng SATA natin, may mga ibang SATA pa ba tayo? May ibang SATA ba tayo? Yung ibang SATA natin, ganun din yon. Kung 5 points yung SATA na yun, 5 points. Kung nagkamali ka, i-right minus wrong mo. Then report to me kung ilan yung total points natin. 21 na tayo. Ha? So the set A is 27 points question. Pero the overall points, siguro mga nasa 40 points to, or this is 50 points. Parang 50 points to. Okay? 21 na tayo. Okay, congrats PJ. Okay, 21 na tayo. Hmm, 15 minutes. Oh my God. First. Pag anak naman, pag may nabasa naman kayong first priority, bago nyo naman pindutin, Lord, thank you, you love me so much. Bonus to. Ganun kaga. First thing. Kahit hindi mo na to babasahin. Mga ganyan minsan. So, kumbaga, nasan dyan yung hindi mo ginawa, delikado at pwede niyang ikamatay. Priority question eh. O, tingnan natin. So, ano ba to? Beaten by a bat. Okay? Or, you were beaten by dugong. Or, you were beaten by brownie. Mga ganyan. So, kinagat ka. Observes 2 small, non-draining puncture wounds resembling pinpricks on the fingertip. So, first to do. So, ibig sabihin, mga ganyan, sabihin mo ng, okay, correct yung mga yan, but which of the following should be done first? Mga ganun, di ba? I mean, Lord, this is a simple common sense, my God. You need to have a common sense. And this is a priority question na pag hindi mo ginawa, pwedeng kamatay niya. Yes! Kasi fatal yung mga yan. Okay. Administer an IM injection of human rabies vaccine. Kailangan na ba yan? Anak, pwedeng gawin mo yung injection na yan pag mga rabies, pwede mong gawin yan mga after 2 days, pag mga bat, yung bat na rabies ha, pwede yan mga after within 25 days, mga ganun, pwede pa. Ha? Sige. Now, so pwede yan. Ano ang sinagot nyo dito? Naghang tayo? Kasi nasa ABD yung last na nababasa ko dito. I just don't know kung naghang tayo. Okay, so anyway, administer an IM injection of human rabies vaccine. Wala akong nababasa sa inyo. Pero usually ang vaccination na to, pwede yan mga within after 25 days hanggang after 25 days pagkatapos makagat ng bat, pwede. Okay? Pwedeng 4 injections na series of injections, pwedeng 5 injections. Pakilagay, 4 injections kung immunocompromised. Example, kung matanda yung kinagat, pwedeng 5 injections. Pwedeng 4 injections lang kung immunocompetent. Ibig sabihin, malakas yung resistensya niya. 5 injections kapag immunocompromised, like may HIV siya, may AIDS siya, or matanda na siya, dapat 5 injections yun kapag immunocompromised siya. Is that clear? Pero kapag malakas naman siya, like immunocompetent siya, 4 series of injection enough. Is that clear? And the first injection may be given on the 2nd day, 3rd day, 4th day, until the 25th day po pwede yun. Huwag lang after 25 days pa na nakagat siya. Huwag lang sumobra ng after 25 days. Within 25 days, anytime from there, pwede siyang mag-receive ng injection. Tetanus toxoid vaccine, if the client not immunized within 5 years, yes, pero common sense, yan ba yung sa 4 choice na yan ba yung uunahin mo? Okay, gawin mo yan. Inject human rabies immunoglobulin into the proximal wound area. Yes, proximal. Proximal, ibig sabihin, proximal, malapit sa wound. Baka naman mamaya to the wound. Bubu. English, proximal wound. Hindi doon sa mismong wound naman. Grabe ka naman. Okay, so yes, you can inject that proximal to the wound. Malapit sa wound area. That's the most appropriate. Scrub the wound with povidone iodine. Kung mahirap kayo, wala kayong povidone iodine, pwede yung soap and water. Okay, nasan dyan yung uunahin mo pala? Basic, kasi yung pinaka-basic, yung mauuna, nasaan? B is the correct answer. You will do this lahat to, but of course D is the first. So that's totally common sense. I hope everyone got the correct answer. Okay, good. Number 22. So you have 20 seconds to reanalyze the question, please. Guava leaves, pwede naman, pero wala man naman tayo sa Pilipinas, anak, kaya expect there's no guava leaves choice in the NCLEX. Yes, first 8. Congratulations, Jerem, May. Okay, congrats mga anak. Sige. Oh my God! Grabe, ito yung nilabas ng ano, yes, ito yung nasa NCLEX, ang daming nagkakamali dito. So this is the question na nasa NCLEX. Yung donut pillow, laging lumalabas yan. Yung donut pillow kasi, na ano nga ako dito kasi may donut pillow pala. Yung donut pillow kasi, kunwari nilagay mo yung donut pillow dun sa ulo. Yung part ng donut na yon, pwedeng so ito yung tamang sagot. Pwedeng mag-cause yan ng skin breakdown kasi yung part ng head na under the donut pillow, pwedeng ma-impair ang circulation doon sa area ng donut pillow na yon. And that area of the skin na nakadikit doon sa donut pillow, doon ang source ng skin breakdown. So, yan, wala tayong i-discuss dito. The next, ito. Barrier cream when changing the diaper. Lumalabas to sa PEDYA. Correct. Pakilagay nga dito, bawal ang mga powder. Yung, di ba common yung mga mothers na pagkatapos mag-change ng diaper, magpaligo, naglalagay sila ng madaming powder. Tapos yung talc powder, di ba nasa NCLEX na yun, ano yun, carcinogen yun, cancerous pala yun. Okay, so bawal. Aside from its carcinogen, yung talc, level 4 question yun, known to be cancerous, carcinogen, and at the same time, irritating siya, and pwedeng mag-cause ng source of moisture, ganun, and irritation. So, mas safe kapag barrier cream ang ilagay. Bawal ang powder. You have to change the pulse oximeter site sa baby every 4 hours. Yes, every 4 hours to prevent skin breakdown and burn dun sa site ng skin. So, change that every 4 hours. Very good. Elevate the head of the bed 30 degrees or less. That is also correct. So, 1, 2, 3 are correct. We're looking for wrong kasi intervene. So, placing a donut pillow under the head, this is the wrong. Anak, so this is the wrong. Kasi yung donut pillow na yan, sabi ko, dun sa part ng donut pillow na yan na pwedeng mag-cause ng poor circulation. Yes, ito yung hindi makaroll side to side ang head kung may donut pillow. I believe this is the best rationalization, Michael. Very good, excellent yan, perfect, magaling na magaling. Yes, tama nga. Hindi niya mamumove yung ulo niya head right. So, mas poor ang circulation. Very good. Okay. So, D yung wrong dito. 23 tayo. 20 seconds to analyze. Anak, when you will take the NCLEX, lalabas to, ileostomy creation, ileostomy care, laging lumalabas yan. SETA. Kaya, matatagalan na naman natin yan. Okay. So, ileostomy care tayo. Meron siyang inflammatory bowel disease, ileostomy. Pag sinabing ileostomy, ileum, nasan ba yung ileum? Ileum is small intestine. Is that clear? Ileum, di ba? Stomach, duodenum, jejunum, ileum. Ileum then, ano na siya? Colon na siya. Is that clear? So, yan, ileum. Ano yung character ng stool kapag ileum? Watery, liquid. So, kapag ileum, yan, naka-ileostomy siya, prone ba siya sa dehydration? Yes. Because of fluid loss. Nakikinig kayo? Prone siya sa dehydration. Pakilagay dyan, prone sa dehydration. Because of fluid loss. Continuous fluid loss yan. Sir J, pag ileostomy care, pwede po ba tayong yung mag-irrigate? No. Hindi yan na ma-manage ng irrigation. Pwede kang mag-irrigate para ma-evacuate mo at malinis mo kapag mga colostomy. But not for ileostomy. Is that clear? And yun lang. So that's the importante yan, ileostomy care. Dehydration and yung pinakamagaling, dehydration, anong specific electrolytes ang babagsak, risk na bumagsak pag may ileostomy? Because of the fluid. Okay? Yung mga fluid na lumalabas. Ano yon? Decreased sodium and decreased potassium. Hyponatremia and hypokalemia. Yan, due to fluid loss from the ileostomy. So, prone siya sa dehydration leading to hyponatremia, hypokalemia. Mababa ang sodium, mababa ang potassium because of the fluid loss. Okay? Ileostomy care. Yun lang. Ano ba yung mga, tignan natin. I can irrigate the stoma daily to help regulate. No. Hindi mo mareregulate ang stool drainage dito kasi ano to liquid stool. No, yung irrigate stoma daily, that is helpful kapag mga colostomy. Helpful. This is for colostomy. Ilagay mo dyan. Pero fluid yan liquid stool yan You cannot regulate kasi liquid stool yan. So, mali ito. I change the ostomy appliance and bag every... No! Kawawa naman. Yung ostomy appliance, pakilagay mo, ito yung favorite na NCLEX, ilagay mo dito. Kailan mo i-change? I-change mo once a week or twice a week. Tsaka ang mahal ng ostomy appliance. Okay, ang mahal. Okay? So, i-change mo yan. I cut the appliance opening slightly larger than my stoma. Very good. Teka lang, baka magkamali kasi kayo Once a week or twice a week ang tamang sagot sa NCLEX, ha? Kunwari ito yung stoma. Yan yung stoma. Okay? So, dapat that's the stoma. Okay? So, the appliance opening should be slightly larger. So, dapat ganon, slightly larger. At least 1/8 inch slightly larger. Ganyan, ha? Hindi dapat exact. Okay? To prevent peristomal irritation. Okay? Para ma-prevent mo yung tinatawag na peristomal irritation. Ito kasi yung common complication niya Yet, this is what we prevent. Yan yung prevent natin dyan. Okay? Ayan. Yan, lagi. Kaya nga napaka-powerful talaga, anak. Napaka-powerful to. Okay? So, yan. The next. Kailan tayo magpapalit ng colostomy bag? Ulitin ko ulit. Kailan ka magpapalit ng appliance? Ilagay mo dyan. Pwedeng change the ostomy appliance. Yung ostomy appliance, this is the ostomy appliance. Okay? Yan yung didikit yan sa skin. This is the ostomy appliance. You have to change this once a week or 2 times per 1 week. 1 to 2 times per week. Ganon. Ha? Tapos, yung colostomy bag, kailan mo papalitan yung colostomy bag? Dapat 1/3 full. Mapunyeta yung mga tatanga-tanga, hindi alam ang 1/3. Hindi na naman alam ang 1/3. Yung mga hindi alam ang 1/3, ganito yan. So, that's the colostomy bag. Yan ang 1/2. Is that clear? 1/3, 1, 2. So, 1/3. Yan. 1/3. Yan. 2/3. Okay? So, yan. So, pag dito, pag 1/3 pa lang. Okay? At least 1/3 full. Kasi, sobrang bigat na. Baka biglang malaglag. Sobrang bigat na. Baka biglang malaglag. So, anong sagot natin pala dito? So, mali yung B, correct yung C. I restrict how much I drink to make the stool drainage. Pag ileostomy, di ba fluid, fluid drainage, you are prone to dehydration. So, you do not restrict what you drink. Dapat increase fluid intake. Increase fluid intake. Okay? So, the correct answer should be letter C. 24 tayo. You are given 20 seconds to reanalyze the question. Shucks, konti lang ang nakakasagot nito. So, kaya ibibigay ko na. Kaya nga minsan, kahit gaano kagaling yung lecturer, anak, napapansin nyo ba? Kahit pa mag-attend ka ng mga review center na ang galing-galing yung mga lecturer, pero itong mga lumalabas na mga NCLEX na to, hindi nila nale-lecture. Is that clear? Kaya ganun na lamang ka-powerful. tayo lang ang review center na bago yung drills natin at updated every month. Walang ganun na may review center na hindi. Ang ginagawa nila, kung ano yung stock nila na drills nila few years ago, yun ang ginagamit nila. No, kung ano yung ibibigay ng ano sa atin, kung ano yung makukuha natin sa terminal, sa Pearson VUE, yun ang po pwede. Okay? Kaya, we have to safeguard our materials. Okay. So, after a traumatic head injury, 36-year-old, naka-mechanical bent, brain dead na siya. Brain dead na siya. Sabi ng asawa, maybe it happened for a reason. Do you think organ donation is possible? Ano ngayon ang ira-response mo? Okay, tignan natin. A specialized team reviews each case for eligibility. I will contact them to review your spouse history. Tama ba yan? Yes, that is correct. Okay? So, yung tinatawag na OPO, lagay nyo doon, OPO. OPO. Yan, OPO. That's your Organ Procurement Organization. Organ Procurement Organization. So, kailangan niyang kontakin yung OPO or Organ Procurement Organization. Siya yung may responsibility na mag-explain dun sa family. Yes. Hindi yung nurse. Bawal ang nurse na mag-approach dun sa relative na, uy, relative, mamatay naman na yung asawa niyo. Baka pwedeng i-donate yung ano. Bawal na bawal yun sa Amerika. Okay? Pero may responsibility ka na, if you think may pasyente na organ, na patient na possible candidate for organ donation, like kunwari brain dead na sila, mga ganon, hindi mo kakausapin yung family. You have to contact the OPO, the Organ Procurement Organization. Sila yung merong specialized member doon, specialized person na will talk to the family about the organ donation. Hindi ikaw. Bawal yun. Okay? So, correct to. It depends on whether your spouse gave consent to be an organ donor before the injury. May nagsagot nito. Ganito kasi yan eh. May point ka dito. Pero anak, aminin na natin. Aminin nga natin, gamitin mo yung utak mo. Majority ng mga tao, when they encounter this situation, wala silang will, mga ganon. Wala silang directives, mga ganon, na idodonate nila yung organ nila o hindi. Wala silang will. Are you listening? Like, wala silang bilin na pag namatay ako, idodonate ko yung mata ko. Or pag namatay ako, ayokong mag-donate. Is that, so generally, wala. Is that, so hindi to necessary. Necessary lang yan pag meron siyang consent na ayaw or gusto. Usually kasi walang consent. Kung walang consent, ibig sabihin pwede. So, usually sa Amerika at nasa NCLEX din, ang nagde-decide ng organ donation is family. Bakit usually family member ang nagde-decide? Kasi yung namatay, usually wala siyang iniwan na will kung magko-consent siya na mag-donate ng organ or hindi siya magdo-donate. Parang ganun. So, kaya usually ang nagde-decide na lang is yung family. Pero kapag meron naman siyang iniwan, pwede. Pwede nating i-respect. Okay? So, number 22, mali ang number 22. Ha? Kasi, mas marami ang situation na walang consent talaga ang patient. At ang magde-decide is family member. It is usually the family member that decides. Okay? Sige. Organ donation often provides comfort to a family member. This is a false reassurance. This is not true. Hindi porket nag-donate siya ng mata niya, it will provide comfort. This is not true. Walang ganyan. Wala ding study na ganyan. You seem to be thinking the worst. your spouse was young and healthy, we are doing this is false reassurance, this is the most wrong. Nakalagay na nga dyan, oh. You know, brain dead. Tapos you answered D, stupido. Anak, you answered D? No. Dapat naging worm ka. So what's the correct answer? A is the correct answer. Again, I have to remind you, if you think a patient in the hospital is a candidate for an organ donation, it is not the responsibility of the nurse to approach the family about organ donation. But the role of the nurse is to contact the OPO, the Organ Procurement Organization. They are responsible, everything. They should be the one contacting the family, explaining what is organ donation, and the OPO should be the one responsible to screen if the patient is eligible for organ donation, provide information, and get consent. Okay? So, A is the correct answer. Anak, you have to say this. Napaka-importante. This is very common in NCLEX. Usually, hindi talaga to dinidiscuss sa lecture. That's why our pre-board drills are very powerful kasi nandyan yung mga possible na mga lumalabas sa NCLEX. 25 tayo. Okay, anak, sandali lang. May gusto kong sagutin doon. Pwede po ba? Okay. In-explain ko sa inyo kanina, majority ng mga client, wala silang consent. Kung wala silang consent, sino ang magde-decide? Family. Is that kaya? Anong ibig sabihin ng walang consent? Wala silang iniwang will na magdodonate sila ng organ. But usually sa driver's license, like sa Amerika, may ganun na, pwede mong i-indicate doon kung magdodonate ka, pwede mo ding i-indicate doon na hindi ka magdodonate. Pero according to the NCLEX kasi, majority, even if you have a driver's license and you can freely indicate there if you are willing to donate or you are not willing to donate. But in most cases, it's blank. Kumbaga, they do not require every citizen in the US to answer if they are going to donate or not donate by using the driver's license. So, ibig sabihin, kung may driver's license siya, you check the driver's license, nakalagay doon, I am not going to donate. Ibig sabihin, you respect the patient's wishes. Is that clear? Autonomy. But, kung wala naman sa driver's license nga na, I'm not going to donate, I am going to donate, walang ganon, then the family should decide. Ganon, depende sa sitwasyon, anak. Okay? Yes, kailangan po ang nurse ang tatawag sa OPO. Sinong nurse? Hindi yung staff nurse. Medyo malalim na naman yung tanong, napunta na tayo sa ibang tanong. Sa leadership in management, ganito yan. Nurse ako, pasyente ko yan, brain dead. Feeling ko, this patient can be a good candidate for organ donation. I am the staff nurse. May nakalagay doon, the nurse will contact, hindi po yun ibig sabihin na ikaw mismo na staff nurse of the patient, that is a violation of the rules of the leadership and management. It's true that a nurse will contact the OPO. Sinong nurse yun? Your supervisor. Because the supervisor's role or the case manager is the one responsible to coordinate the needs of a patient to the interdepartment or interagencies. Sinong nurse yon? Yung nurse na supervisor. Not necessarily ikaw na nurse na staff. You do not inform the OPO. You inform the nurse supervisor. So, siya yung nurse na mag-inform sa OPO. That's the role of a supervisor. To coordinate the management of care of your patient from interdepartment to interagencies or interhospital, mga ganon. Hay! Napunta na naman tayo sa okay, ganon. Kumbaga, gets nyo ba? Ayoko nang i-further explain yun, dadami na naman. 25 na tayo, anak. Eh sir, bakit naman nakalagay naman po kasi doon, the nurse contacts the OPO? Yes, kasi the supervisor is a nurse. Hindi po ba yan yung mga bumabagsak sa NCLEX, yung what if, sir, paano kapag yung Oppo pumunta doon, baka mamaya, bakit kayo pumunta dito? Kaya nga dapat Oppo kasi sila yung trained para as much as possible, hindi sila, para maiwasan yung mga ganong situation. Is that clear? Kasi kailangan natin ng mga organs. So, dapat talaga, ideally, merong isang institution na responsible for that. Sir, hindi po ba baka magalit sila kasi yung Oppo in-approach niya? Tanga, di mas lalong magagalit sila kapag ikaw mismo na staff ang nag-approach. Kasi sila, well-trained sila kung paano sila i-approach yung family in such a way na malimit yung offense. Ganon. Pero anak, kung magalit sila, punyeta, wag mo nang problemahin yun. Problemahin mo kung papaano ka pumasa ng NCLEX. Okay? Number 25 tayo. Hindi na tayo nakaalis sa 24. Ay. Oh, 20 seconds. 20 seconds? Ano ba naman niya yung mga ano? I-replay nyo na lang, anak. Okay, 25 na tayo. Ay, analyze nyo na mabuti. Ay, oh my God. Ilan yung tamang sagot dito? Ilang points ang number 25? I need to know. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God! So this is 4 points. 4 points. 4 points. Right minus wrong. Is that clear? Right minus wrong. Pag 3 lang ang pinili mo at correct, kulang ng isa. So 3 minus 1, 2 ka na lang. 2 over 4. So this is 4 points. Pag pinili mo lahat, so that's 4. 4 minus 1. So 3 ka na lang. Ganon. Right minus wrong yan. So that's 4 points. Okay. So let's see kung sino yung nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Sige. Non-verbal hospice care, restlessness, grimacing, repositioning. Oh my God, this is also favorite of the NCLEX, end of life care. Di ba anak, pag end of life care, our priority is comfort of the patient. Comfort of your patient. Comfort, ibig sabihin yung pain. Priority natin is less pain, less suffering. Ganon. So, observe the client's agitation as an indicator of the client's pain level. Yes, kapag agitated, ibig sabihin, in pain pa rin siya. Agitation, facial, grimace, ganon. Correct yan. Okay. I should ask the family to, no. Dapat, the patient must be there so that the patient would feel safe, secure, ganon. Napaka-importante yan, basic common sense. Continue to explain interventions that I am performing even though the client is unresponsive because the hearing is the last sense to disappear. Is that clear? Yes. And may nakalagay doon, you have to encourage the family members to talk to the patient dying even if the patient is unresponsive because the patient can hear them. Diba? And ask the family if they would like to hold the client's hand while you administer the pen medication. Yes, that is showing support, love, care, security. You manage the pain rather than treating the disease. Yes. Is the priority goal for this client. It's the pain. You don't have to treat the disease. Okay lang na mamatay siya kaysa mag-suffer siya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God, 4 points. May naka-perfect ba? Anak, I'm so proud of you. This is 4 points. Can you just imagine for this question, that's 4 points? I hope many got the correct answer. That is 4 over 4. I hope 4 over 4 ka dyan. Okay. 26 tayo naghang. Walang nagko-comment. Anak, ang laki ng chance mong pumasa. 4 points yun eh. 4 points ka kaagad. Kasi nag-iba na yung scoring. Nung sa old NCLEX, let's go back here. Kapag kulang ka ng isa, wrong na lahat yan. Is that clear? Kaya nga, natutuwa ako ngayon kasi yung may mga bumagsak tayong estudyante nung mga April, nung January, February, nag-take sila kamo ng April, pasado ka agad. Meron pa tayong estudyante na galing sa ibang review center, 3 times siya nag-take ng NCLEX. Pagbalik niya sa atin, ay pagpunta niya sa atin, pag-take ng April or May na NCLEX, NGN, pasado ka agad. Ganon. Yung iba, 5 times pa. Okay, we also have 10 times na 10th time na daw siya nag-take ng NCLEX. So, pumasa siya nung April. Sige, 26 tayo. Yes, pag kulang or sobra wrong agad sa old NCLEX. Talagang they really want more nurses in the US talaga. Okay? Risk for atypical symptoms. Ang ibig sabihin ng atypical is may MI siya pero wala siyang pain. Yun lang naman ang kulang yung pain. Wala siyang pain. Wala siyang pain pero meron siyang symptoms. Meron siyang diaphoresis, meron siyang nausea, mga ganon. Meron siyang anxiety, meron siya pero ang pinakawala lang dito is pain. Usually, pakilagay pag sinabi kong atypical MI, may MI siya, pero ang kulang is pain. Ano yung mga tatlong, dito, nagtitrigger, nagkukos ng atypical? Old age, ano pa ba? Neuropathy, like, meron siyang diabetes mellitus neuropathy, di ba yung neuropathy? So, yung decrease, nerve transmission, so less ang pain. So, neuropathy related to DM, old age, and female. So, anong tamang sagot? A. Yung history of smoking, hyperlipidemia, hypertension, risk for developing MI, but not risk for atypical presentation. It should be female. Hindi na natin papatagalin, anak. Number 27 tayo. Okay, number 27. Last question. You have 20 seconds to analyze. Ilang points yan? Ilang points ang number 27? Okay, I will give you the clue. Number 27 is 2 points. Okay, number 27 is 2 points. So, meron siyang major depressive disorder. Nasaan dito yung positive indicator of treatment? Ibig sabihin, nag-i-improve siya. I'm trying to force myself. Mali ka agad yun. A. Mali. Getting about 13 hours of sleep. Diba? Ang signs ng depression is insomnia or hypersomnia. Hindi nakakatulog or tulog ng tulog. Those are signs of depression. So, mali. Walang improvement. I joined a book club with some of the parents from my kids' school. Anak, lagyan nyo to ng star. Ito yung tamang sagot. Kasi dun sa mga old dati, mali ito dati kasi book club. Baka mamaya magbasa-basa. No, that's not. Basta club. Is that clear? Club. Ibig sabihin, that is a sign of socialization. So, this is a sign of improvement. So, C is correct. Physical intimacy, not interest me. So, social isolation, walang improvement sa depression. This haircut and color are very different. I think I like the new look. So, this is a sign of improved mood. E. C and E are the correct answer. Mga anak, can you please help me count the total raw score of this 27 points, please, para makompute natin kung ano yung passing. Please, I want to know, can you please go back to number 1 to number 27? Kung ilang points tayo, kasi, kunwari number 24, i-add nyo na mabuti, number 24 is 4 points, ganon. So, 24. So, 27 plus. Baka naman mamaya, 27 plus 4. Plus 3 na lang kasi na-include na yung 24. Ganon. So, di ba 4 points yun? O yung isang point pang 24. So, 3 na lang ang i-add. Ganon. Sino magaling sa math dyan? Yung magaling sa math, gusto kong malaman yung total raw score. Anak, ano ba talaga? 36 or 30? Yung isa naman, 33. 35, punyita! I-stress nyo pa ako. Ako na nga lang ang magbilang. 27. Oh, teka lang, yung number 5 pala. We need to check kung ilang I'm sorry, pero yung number 5 ay 1 point lang. Di ba yung 1.5, 1 point lang yung number 5? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 7 tayo. 27. 27. $27, 28, 29, 29, 29, 30, 31, 32, 32, 33 lahat, 33 lahat, 33 points ang final. Diyos ko, ako pa ang ano. So, 30, 33. Sige. Ang passing score natin ay dapat 23. 23 ang passing natin. Huy, ako na nga ang bumilang, 33 points na. 33. So mga anak, congratulations. Ang passing score natin ay 23 over 33. Okay? Yung nakakuha ng 23, 24, and 25, when they will take the NCLEX, they will not stop at 85 points kasi hindi sila pang top notcher. Yung 23, 24, 25, 26, ganyan. 26 hanggang 26 hanggang 26, hindi sila magi-stop ng 85. Hindi sila pang top notcher. Pero they will pass. Yung nakakuha ng score ng 27 hanggang 33, yon sure, yung 30, 31, 33, sure yun na 85 points. Yung 27, 28, 29, pwedeng 85, pero po pwedeng 100 plus sila. Ganun. Ha? Ay, yung mga 27, pwedeng mga 99, basta not more than 100. Ganon. Mga anak, hindi natin kayang i-discuss yung set B ngayon. So, I have to meet you tomorrow at 4 o'clock p.m. for the set B, pre-board 29 set B. Thank you very much for listening. Okay? Make sure to inform your classmates to study the pre-board 28, 29, and 30, later on 30, kasi these are the most controlling pre-boards to those who will be taking the NCLEX until December 2023. Thank you very much for listening today. See you tomorrow at 4 p.m. God bless and good night, good morning, good afternoon, mwah. Yan. So, may mga pumasa ba? Oy, madaming bumagsak. Dapat you pass dun sa level dapat na Okay, anyway, basingan na lang. You still have room for improvement naman. Hindi pa pala to sure kasi meron tayong set. Hindi pa natin nasasagutan pala yung New Generation NCLEX na set B niya. Napaka-importante nun. But again, di ba, the New Generation NCLEX is bonus. Anyway, let's see. I want to know your scores tomorrow. Lagi namang bonus ang NGNA. Okay, sige. Bye!